Next up, we have Alice Ferrari, CEO of Kyte. Alice.
Hi, everyone. So most of you who will have seen us in the lineup today will probably be thinking, here we go again, another distribution NDC aggregator. For those of you who aren't familiar with NDC, it's an API standard introduced by IATA to allow airlines to take control over their distribution and sell directly to travel agents, bypassing some of the legacy technology providers. Many airlines, many APIs, hence the notion of NDC aggregators. But I'm here to tell you something different today. Sorry for this clicker. Airline distribution is dead. Well, at least airline distribution as we know it is dying and is what has been holding the industry back from modern e-commerce. The future is airline retailing, and I'm talking about modern retailing, the shopping experience we've come to expect from our favorite brands. If we look at other industries, the shopping experience feels personalized. Brands really know our preferences, our frequently picked items, or what people similar to our profiles normally search for. This is not what we get when we're booking a flight. There is no connection between the airline and ourselves. Even a serial repeat customer will have to start from scratch every time. And there's the usual 3 search criteria with no options up front until you've gone 90% down the booking flow. I've been living in London for 8 years. I'm a Silver Card member with my favorite home-based airline, and I still get an email asking me whether I want a hotel room when I'm returning back to London. Airlines need to become retailers. So let me introduce you to Kyte. Whoops. A radically new approach for airlines to connect to customers. So as you probably know, airline distribution has historically relied on legacy technology providers who have heavy costs and present constraints in terms of flexibility and in terms of customer insights. NDC introduces much more opportunities than just distribution. It was an essential step forward for the industry, but not sufficient for airlines to become proper e-commerce players. So we're building Kyte in 2 phases. First is live today, is a network solution. Our Kyte Direct Connect platform, which is based on NDC, but with a layer of much more modern technology, allows airlines to really live the NDC dream, connect directly to travel agents, be in charge of the incentivization, the pricing, and the products, while we allow a much better connection and allow them to maximize on a network effect and much faster and much more efficiently. We're turning distribution on its head with a radically different economic model that really suits the needs of the airline industry today. You subscribe to the platform, you pay a fee. After that, bookings are fundamentally free. We're not a toll, we're not a tax to the industry. Sorry, the clicker keeps. The second phase is built on top of our network solution. It's retail tools empowering airline and distributors to construct offers in a truly different way. Think of unbundling and bundling products more flexibly, or being able to put in front of the customer what truly matters to them. What about searching for extra legroom, for example? Not my problem, because I'm actually shy of 5'2", never had that issue. But what about searching for the cheapest business class fares, or search by menu on board? We also have we're building a multi-channel approach to allow airlines to maximize their retail, both on direct and indirect channels, so that they can recognize the customer no matter on what channel they're booking, and so that that repeat customer can finally have a book it again button. So, and I know you've probably heard it all before, yeah, airline retailing, but why is Kyte going to be the winner? Because one of the biggest challenges that retail platforms have today, particularly AI-based, is the access to the accurate data to model on. By combining a tool of a retail tool on top of an established rich network, we can really empower airlines and travel agents to construct the offers that are really meaningful to customers. Oops. So while we all struggle to recover from the pandemic, it is those who will be able to connect with it will really be able to build trust and confidence with their consumers who will win. It will those who will be able to take over their network and their cost of sales who will win. There's never been a better opportunity for airlines to really rethink the way they offer their product and rethink the way they engage with suppliers. Why is Kyte different? We have a completely different approach. Oh, sorry, I'm just having clicker problems. We have a completely different approach, and we're looking at it from an airline's perspective that needs to reach customers on different platforms. We're live today, and we're early stage, but we have a clear plan. We've got a healthy pipeline of travel agents and airlines, and in the process of fundraising. If you want to join us on the journey, feel free to get in touch. And the year's 2020. It's about time we start acting like it. Take control over your relationships with the customer. Take control over your distribution and of your product. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alice.
Sorry, a bit of retard with the...
Oh, it was fine. It was great.
Alice, go ahead.
Yeah, so a really nice job, Alice. I think this is really interesting, but I'm a little bit confused about whether all of your sort of merchandising and retailing capabilities only sit on top of your direct connect, or can the airline kind of pick and choose and maybe use some of this for their own direct website retailing efforts?
Helen, that's a really good question. So essentially, by providing the direct connect, which is the basics of a basic tool for airlines as a network solution, we then give them the tools to choose. So we don't make the retail strategy for airlines. We give them the tools to decide and to empower them to become retailers. So to some airlines, sustainability may be it should be for most airlines, but for some airlines, sustainability might be on top of their priority, and they might want to incorporate certain initiatives that may not be applicable to other airlines. So the reality is that by creating a platform where different retailers can connect, it just empowers airlines to become retailers. Again, if you want to offer a different type of product to your customers, say that you no longer want to offer just the usual amenity kits when they're flying in first class, but you actually want to reward them with something a bit more personalized, you can connect with the favorite brands or brands that are much more suited to first class customers to allow them to enjoy a sort of a voucher somewhere. So you're also doing actually marketing for other brands as well. It just basically creates a much bigger network with a much more efficient layer of technology.
Alice, I would suspect most airline executives will bristle when you look at them and say, you suck at retailing, right? So, and there are a lot of issues running an airline, and I'm not so sure if you were CEO of an airline that it would be uniquely better at retailing. So what is Kyte going to do to bust this huge marketplace situation? It's big.
I agree with you. It's big. It's a big challenge. I wasn't a CEO of an airline, but I was chief of staff for the COO of an airline, and I kind of had the privilege of seeing how it's run from a 360 perspective. However, so we recognize that it's a really difficult area to disrupt. NDC is a massive opportunity to go into the industry right now. Riding on the curve of NDC, we're finally there is a it's kind of like open banking, but for the airline industry. That opens up huge opportunities for the industry to collaborate in ways that have never been able to do before, because there's a much lighter platform that everyone can connect to.
Yeah. Break a leg.
I'm a consumer. Can you help me understand how, if I go to Google Flights, say, I mean, I'm not going to, use, let's say Google, just because a lot of people use it. What's the difference in experience for me?
So first of all, Google is a meta search, and they will be redirecting you to airline websites or to other travel providers. We are entirely B2B. So we're a software for airlines. We can power the direct channels, but we'd be the backbone behind their direct channels. So we're not a customer interface solution. What we do is we're heavily focused on ancillaries, meaning that because the airline is our customer, same way as a distributor, we make sure that all of their products are correctly and easily replicatable on travel agencies' websites, so that you as an end user can access everything you need, from a seat selection to bags to sports equipment, directly on, let's say Expedia or any other OTA, really driving conversion rates for the travel agent and driving ancillary sales for the airline.
That's helpful.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Alice. Well done.
Thanks, guys.